Hey, what's up guys? Mass here with a brand new Battlefield Bad Company 2 video, and I'm playing Rush as an attacker on Valparaiso? I don't really know how to pronounce that, so I usually just call it Val. Anyway, I'm playing as an engineer with the M14, the M1911, and the RPG, and the specs I'm using are extra rockets, explosive MK2, and I believe V warhead. But at this point, what I like to immediately do is run behind this tree and just start hammering our way at one of the stations. In this case, I'm shooting at A, and you can take out the first 6 stations with the RPG on this map very easily. And as you can see, because I have the explosive MK2 perk, I'm able to take out some of the defenders that are trying to disarm A, thanks to the added splash damage radius. So A gets destroyed and I run out of rockets. I'm just trying to move it towards B. And at this point I heard the heavy MG, and on the minimap I saw that I had no teammate on the heavy MG, so I instantly knew it was an enemy, and I just quickly took him out. If you notice, I didn't use a knife. The knife is kind of flaky, and so when you sneak up behind an enemy that's on a heavy MG shooting at your teammates, and you know, if you try to use a knife and it fails, you're simply giving the enemy extra time to shoot your teammates and maybe take some of them out. So don't be selfish. Just quickly shoot any enemy you see that's on a heavy MG instead of trying to, you know, go for the dog tag. It's a lot safer that way. Anyway, one strategy I like to use is to hop in that helicopter and fly up to the top of the lighthouse, and then I'll bail out on top of the lighthouse and start shooting A with the RPG from the top of the lighthouse. And once I take out A, I'll usually jump into the lighthouse and take out B from the top window. You can take out B from the top of the lighthouse as well, but I find that in order to take out B from the top of the lighthouse, you have to be pretty exposed, and you make for a pretty easy sniper target. So I prefer taking out B from inside the lighthouse. Anyway, obviously when you use that strategy, you want solid squad mates that will spawn on you with ammo. I mean, it always drives me crazy when I get on top of the lighthouse and I've used up all my rockets attacking A, and then I ask my squad mates to spawn on me with ammo, and you know, one of them spawns on me as a sniper instead. I mean, that just pisses me off. But anyway, at this point, I'm trying to quickly make my way along this coast. I really like running this route. Defenders usually aren't watching the coast, so you can usually make it up to this hill pretty safely. And I managed to take out one enemy quickly with the M14. I'm still getting used to this weapon. The only reason I'm using it in the video is because I was trying to quickly gold star with it. Anyway, right here I used a rocket launcher to blow a hole in the wall and quickly get B armed. I mean, why do you need to use doors when you have a perfectly good rocket launcher, right? Anyway, I see a couple of defenders, yeah, running to disarm, so I'm able to easily take them both out with the RPG and the explosive MK2 spec. And I'm just hanging around here, just trying to, you know, watch and make sure no defender can disarm. And I hit the station one more time with a rocket just for the extra points. I mean, why not? And then I get the station kill. So I'm just moving up over here, and luckily some of the enemies in the distance are spotted, so it makes for easy target practice. And I'm just looking around, trying to see if there are any more enemies. I see an ammo box, so I want to quickly get some ammo back. And for the third set of stations, what I usually like to do is I like to take out B from up here. You can take out B from the top of the hill, and then you can take out A. I like to take out A from the bottom of the hill. There's a rock at the bottom of the hill that makes for a nice cover while you're taking out A. But in this case, a lot of the defenders are rage quitting because we were just steamrolling them. So you really don't have to rocket stations if you know your team is doing well and running up and arming on the stations. I mean, try to only rocket the stations if you know you're down in the tick account and you're about to lose. So anyway, my team is doing a great job staying aggressive and constantly pushing up. So at this point I was just trying to quickly make my way up this right coast to try to help make sure no enemies could disarm the stations. And I ended up taking cover behind this little hut. And I'm just running around looking for any enemies to kill, and I got a little bored, so I started launching rockets at at B. I didn't really have to do it, but whatever, free points. And this set of stations usually isn't too hard to take. The big problem on this map is the next set of stations. The fourth set of stations is usually a pain in the ass to take. I actually like to call it Gustav Hill, because the defenders oftentimes like to all run as engineers and just spam the Gustav and chuck non-stop grenades from the top of the hill. I mean, it can be an absolute nightmare. So anyway, at this point I saw that the tank was, way behind us and hiding behind a rock. So I figured that the driver was either an idiot or the tank was almost dead. So what I did was I looked at the tank and pressed Q and listened to the audio cue. If it would have said something like, hey, give me a ride, then I would have known that the tank was, perfectly fine and the driver was just an idiot. But in this case it said something like, hey, I can fix that for you, or I can look at that. So I instantly knew that the tank was in need of repair, so I was able to just run back, quickly repair the tank and get a bunch of free points. And I speed this part up. My team just was, they were just kamikazing to the stations. It was absolutely amazing. So right here, I run up the right side. I've noticed that defenders tend to like to guard the left side more and guard A much more often than they guard B. So it's usually a little easier to run up the right side. And once again, I blew a hole in that building, and the hole enabled one of my teammates to run in and easily arm the station. And right now I'm just, I hit the station with a rocket real fast, and then I saw that enemy was on the MG, so I just quickly took him out with a rocket. Again, whenever you want to pay attention to all the sounds that go on in the background, and whenever you hear a heavy MG, try to take them out quickly. So I managed to take out another guy with the M14 and start getting shot at, so I ducked back in here, and I looked at the scoreboard, and by now the teams had, pretty much evened up, and the other team actually had a couple rank 50s, so the teams were pretty even by this point, but it didn't really matter how many people they had. We had all the momentum, and in Rush, momentum is huge. Anyway, at this point I jumped back into the Bradley. I absolutely love the Bradley, especially being in the gunner spot. You can just get a ton of kills with this thing. It's just amazingly good fun, and just remember to constantly spot, and it'll make it a lot easier to kill a bunch of enemies, and it helps your team, obviously. Anyway, I definitely recommend using the Bradley, especially if you're an engineer trying to get a bunch of engineer points and unlock a bunch of the engineer weapons and gadgets. By being a gunner in the Bradley, you can get a ton of kills, and then whenever the Bradley gets hit by a rocket or mortar strike, you can just jump out and get a ton of engineer points. Constantly repairing the Bradley. So I definitely recommend checking it out. Anyway, what I usually like to do when I'm driving the Bradley is I like to follow the road. The road goes off to the right and then moves up the right flank, and then you can, if you continue following the road, you end up behind B. And when I do that, I often get killed pretty quickly, but I'm able to serve as a distraction, and my team's able to then just run straight up the middle and arm B. But in this case, the tank driver was kind of camping with the tank. He didn't really want to move up and I guess put himself in danger. So I just quickly repaired the Bradley back to 100% and then decided to move in on foot and stop waiting for the tank to move in. So again, I like to go towards B right here, and I knew that A was armed at this point, so I figured most of the defenders were going to be looking at A, so I wanted to try to get in and run towards B as quick as possible. I just ran down this hill real fast because I was getting shot at, and I carefully and cautiously moved back up and see the guy who shot at me, and I'm able to quickly take him out. And then I saw a couple medics over there, but I didn't start shooting at them. I mean, when you're playing Rush, you don't need 100 kills to win. So if I started shooting at them, they would have known I was here. So I rather they run the opposite direction, and I just run up and get the station arm. And so, like I just said, I was able to easily run up and ninja arm B. And I'm just sort of like hanging around over here. I start getting shot at, so I dive down into cover. And I'm just looking around. You got to be careful. Sometimes the enemies will run up on that right side through the bushes. So try to watch right flank when possible. And I just come up over here and make sure no one was trying to disarm my station at the last second. And I get the easy station kill. And now I'm just trying to make sure no one can disarm A. So I saw that guy run up the stairs. I wasn't able to kill him, but I did spot him. So it made it easier for my team to take him out. You definitely want to spot people as they run up those steps, trying to disarm. Just makes it easier for your team to take them out. Anyway, we ended up getting a very easy victory, and I actually ended up going 14-0. It was a quick little flawless game. I wasn't trying to go flawless, but it ended up happening. But more importantly, I got a couple station kills, and our team stayed aggressive, and we got the win. In this case, I got another ace pin. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, guys.